Welcome to the Picture You Paint podcast. On this podcast, we interview film directors, producers, and actors to get into the creative insights of why they created, directed, produced, or starred in the films they did. We all know the famous quote, "A picture paints 1,000 words," and on this podcast, we are trying to see what pictures these talented individuals are trying to paint. Hello, and welcome. Today I'm here with...
Ella Glendining, thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Ella joined us all the way from Brighton, so I really appreciate you coming. So Ella, what inspired you to get into the film industry?
Yeah, it's a good question. I have always loved cinema. I've always loved films, even as a little kid. My favourite thing to do when I was little was go to the video shop with my mum. You're probably too young to remember videos. I don't know. How old are you? Like 17? No.
Not that young, but yeah.
Yeah, go to the video shop with my mum and choose a film. She got me into quite good films from quite an early age. But also, yeah, being disabled and growing up feeling, being aware of how different I was and how different I was seen by society, gave me like a really strong drive to want to make films for my community and for people that feel ostracized, I guess. So for a long time I've known that I want to make films that have a real purpose and potentially change things.
So do you feel like your place of creating films is due to like who you are and like how you've been brought up in society?
Yeah, it's funny, like it is kind of cliche to say, but it does feel like a calling. Like I've always been a storyteller, I've always loved stories more than anything, but I've also just like, even from 5 years old, I just knew that there was such an injustice. Like I've had such a sense of justice and injustice even as really young. Yeah, it just feels like something I'm meant to do.
So what would you say inspired you to take that first step to actually start creating films? Because you said as young as 5. So what was the first push?
Well, initially, like when I was a kid, as I said, I've always loved storytelling. So like I drew loads as a child, and then when I could write, I was like writing stories. Then I'm not really sure what happened, but I got a bit what's the word? I don't know. Like I let the ball drop for a while, like when I was sort of late teens, and rather than going straight to uni or follow my dreams, try and become a filmmaker from college, I worked in call centres and stuff for a couple of years. And yeah, I just found it unfulfilling. Not that there's anything wrong with working jobs like that. I just had this really strong drive to be creative. So yeah, I guess being a bit dissatisfied in that life led me to going to art school to study film production, and then it's just gone from there. Really, I've been really lucky enough to be making films since I graduated.
Yeah, that's really nice that it was from young and then it continued. So how did it feel when your film came out? Is there anyone out there? How did that feel for you?
Yeah, crazy. I always had big ambitions for the film, but at the same time, I knew it was like, what's the word? I knew it was a long shot, that it was like going to get into Sundance and even get a theatrical release. So even though I wanted it, I'm still pinching myself, even though it's like over a year ago that it first premiered in Sundance. And yeah, it's nominated for a BAFTA, which is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's been a wild ride. I mean, it's such a personal film, and it's my first feature film, so I've done so much learning in the last the last few years, but in the last year and a bit since it came out. It's been a lot to deal with, but yeah, mostly amazing, and I'm really excited that it's out in the world and people can watch it.
Yeah, I love how it's a personal thing to you because then you can see it when you watch the film that is something you're passionate about.
Thank you. I'm sick of watching it now. I don't think I'll ever watch it again, honestly.
I think you only say that because it's your film and you know. But for people that don't know about your film, do you just want to have a short description of what your film's about?
Yeah, good idea. So yeah, it's called Is There Anybody Out There? It's a personal film documentary about about my search for other people with the same disability as me, because I was born with a very rare condition, and I'd never seen anyone with a body like mine before. So that's like the story, but it's really about ableism and the power of disabled kinship and community and stuff. It's a real celebration of the disabled community in a way that I feel hasn't really been done before.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Thank you.
So just as a follow-on question, what would you say like the picture or the narrative that you want to push out into the film industry is?
Oh, that's a big question. Yeah, I want to keep making work about not so much about disability, but that like centers disabled characters, you know, strong, multifaceted disabled characters. The next film that I'm working on, or the film I'm working on currently, is very different in that I'm writing it, I also direct it, but it's a historical drama
Ooh.
about, a court dwarf in the 1600s and his journey to overcoming internalized ableism and finding community with the court fools of the palace.
Ooh.
So very, very different, although same sort of themes. So yeah, that's what I'm passionate about, is telling stories of my people, but just damn good stories about,
Yeah.
where it's not a sob story or it's not triumph over adversity, inspiration porn kind of thing. So yeah.
Oh, I hope it goes well, and I look forward to seeing it in the near future. Is there anything else that you want to talk about what's coming in the film industry, or any projects that you're releasing soon?
Yeah, good question, actually. So I made a short film, Pyramid of Disunion. It's a silly name, but it's purposefully silly because it's a comedy, about a young woman who joins an eco community and bumps into an old flame, which is, starring me. But acting this time, so it's not actually me. And yes, short film I made about a year ago, and today it's gone out on Channel 4's streaming service. So if you go on Channel 4, search For Love, the letter 4, and then LOVE, it'll come up with 4 short films, which is part of the same strand, all by disabled writer-directors, with the theme of love. And my film, Pyramid of Disunion, is one of those. So please watch it.
Yeah, go check that out on Channel 4. Thank you, everyone, for listening to this episode, and thank you, Ella, for sharing your experiences. I really appreciated it, and I really appreciate you coming down as well. So thank you, everyone, and don't forget to like, subscribe, share, leave a comment, and join us at Vision Cinema. We'll be having events all summer. So yeah, I'll see you guys later. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.